Hey there, pig fuckers and pig fuckerettes. I just took my retard meds. You know what that means? It means it's time for CG motherfucking woo-woo. It's an antipsychotic in case you were curious, and it was administered to me by my adult caregiver. And now, the psychotic, homicidal feelings have, just ebbed to the point where she could take off the straitjacket and I can do the show. Welcome, folks. Here we are with episode 10 of CG Woo Woo. This is the show that showcases the weird, the Fortean, the occultnic, and anything I decide is cool. And if it happens to overlap with the Comicsgate and Fandom Menace communities, then that's fucking tits all the more. I am your host, John XD, or whatever the fuck I'm deciding to call myself today. And in this edition of CG Woo Woo, I will be reviewing the Book of Boba Fett. But with the last few episodes of CG Woo Woo, I've been doing more and more reviews of things in pop culture just because, like I explained a couple episodes ago, my wife had given $1.99 to the devil and got us a trial subscription to Disney Plus with commercials. But as I said, grew up in the 80s, so commercials is an annoyance that I'm used to. So I was able to watch a bunch of Star Wars shows, and the one that I'm going to be reviewing today is going to be the Book of Boba Fett. But as I've said, I've been doing a lot of reviews of pop culture things, and I'm going to be getting more, it's going to be more Forteana. I'm just going to be reviewing the Book of Boba Fett this episode. Actually, the Jersey Devil, to start with some Forteana, is really misunderstood. My wife actually saw the Jersey Devil, and she told me about this several years ago. But today, just out of stoned curiosity, I asked her, when you saw the Jersey Devil, did you see its genitals? I guess sort of hearkening back to the type of humor that Howard Stern did before he grew a vagina. And she said something perfect. She said, yeah, there was a badger hanging off of it. So the Jersey Devil is actually misunderstood. It's the reason the Jersey Devil is so ferocious is because there's a fucking badger hanging from its nuts. I wonder if it has dreadlocks hanging from its nasty chode. I just want to let you know that I just had a conversation with my wife, and she said she wanted to watch Andor instead of Ozark, and so I am going to hate watch Andor. I barely know anything about it. It might be really good, but I'm going to hate watch the whole thing because I'd rather be watching Ozark, and I'm going to rip the hell out of it when I do a review of it. Because fuck Disney. I said, God damn it, woman, you know what's good for you. You better get in that kitchen and start making me some chicken. And I'm going to sit down and watch some Ozark. And as predicted, Andor was utter shite. In fact, that was even more boring than The Last Jedi. See, The Last Jedi is so forgettable, even though that's what sparked the Fandom Menace and everything else. It's such a forgettable film that I always have to dig into my stoned old guy brain to find the name. But anyway, Andor was even more boring than that movie. I wouldn't want to watch either one if I had a choice. But, Andor was about, like, the exaggerated form that the parody of the original Phantom Menace was portrayed on The Simpsons when that came out. They made fun of it, calling it Cosmic Wars, and they said there was too much dialogue in it, and so they just showed a bunch of bureaucratic aliens going over things in the Senate, back and forth, and everyone was walking out of it really bored, and they were just flipping out, and then the comic book guy comes out and he goes, worst cosmic wars ever. I will only see it 3 more times today. So anyway, it was that boring. Andor should have been a Star Wars themed movie on Lifetime or the Hallmark Network. Yes, in fact, it was so much like one of those shows I started menstruating with fake made-up period diarrhea like veg massage. Do you know what I would define as privilege, my friends? I would define privilege as having the leisure to be outraged on behalf of things that have nothing at all to do with you. I have no such privilege. There's just too much weed to be smoked, and there's too many goofy-ass videos to make. Tutti fucking fruity, pig fuckers. Don't like it? Maybe you can be the next badger hanging from my nuts. You can be one of my gnarled dreadlocks of the nether regions. God damn it, I tell you one thing. Hearest thou me? God damn it, hearest thou me? I don't know what to tell you. Apparently there's serpent people coming up out of the ground. It's like they're getting ready. They're getting ready to have Weekend at Bernie's. What do they call them? The chode. That's the great Jay Dyer's impersonation of David Icke. The chode. Okay, to get it out of the way now, we're going to deal with the Book of Boba Fett. The plot of this entire series would have been cool if it wasn't, if it was someone's original idea, but it was a complete ripoff of Dune. I mean, I know this is like a meta ripoff because it was already a bit of a ripoff of Dune with the Sand People, but they really ripped it off with the storyline of the Book of Boba Fett, because he's left to die in the desert, or that's how they depict him getting knocked into the Sarlacc pit by Han Solo, and he ends up getting out, not in exactly the same way that he did in the expanded universe, that should be canon, instead of this Disney fan fiction that can't be original to save its life. But anyway, he's left out in the desert for dead, and then he's taken in by the Sand People, who are these wild and free people who live out in the desert, and he becomes one of them, and he learns how to fight like them, and he comes and becomes king of that world, because he takes over Jabba's throne, and it's a total rip-off of Dune and Dune Messiah, the first two books. Only an old man Boba Fett who has a girl do all of his muscle isn't a Paul Atreides, is no God Emperor, that's for sure. Well, wouldn't be God Emperor, is no Dune Messiah, certainly no God Emperor. I mean, I will say it was a lot more fun than Andor, but that's not saying a lot. But it was more fun because it did have, all of the cool monsters that I remember from Return of the Jedi. So it did satisfy a bit of the nerd in me, as far as, you got to see the Gamorrean guards, and you got to see the Rancor and all of these other things. So that was cool. But basically, they pulled a Rian Johnson with the originality of, just totally recycling, something from someone else's material. And, but instead of doing one scene where they regurgitated something, like Rian Johnson did in, what was that forgettable film? Oh yeah, The Last Jedi, where he, pretty much line for line, ripped off the original George Lucas Return of the Jedi scene where Luke is trying to talk his father out of taking him to the Emperor, and it's almost line by line how they had Kylo Ren bring what's her name, Rey Skywalker, to Snoke, And, that's what derailed the entire storyline that Jar Jar Abrams was going to apparently put together. And then, the hot mess of The Last Jedi, The Last Jedi sucked ass, but the hot mess of, oh my goodness, The Rise of Skywalker, yes. We need to market some milk for people with moxie. We'll call it Moki Mo. And I asked my good friend, the father of earworms, to come up with a really, really fucking tits jingle. And he wrote it for me. For only a pint of my blood. And here you go. Hey, it's good for you. It's good for you. It's Moki Mo, Moki Mo, Moki Mo. Hey, it's good for you. It's good for you. It's Moki Mo, Moki Mo. Hey, it's good for you. It's good for you. It's Moki Mo. Dig it. Now, it's been a few episodes since I've talked about my personal project, A Scroll of Light and Darkness. This is an unpublished novel that I have. It's a 222-page dark fantasy novel. It has a lot of elements of fantasy, horror, and science fiction as well. But basically, AI has gotten to the point where, there are aspects of it that can be used for our advantage, and there's no reason that we shouldn't use certain aspects of it to our advantage, just like there's no reason we shouldn't use the internet to our advantage, even though there's some very, very evil things on the internet, and people use it for very evil things, but people also use it for very good things. And we can do this at this point in the AI just because there's so many filmmaking technologies that have come out within, just the last year or 2 or 3 years. Within the last year, though, it's gotten to the point where someone from a desktop can make a feature-length film and a high-quality feature-length film. And since my background is in digital animation, and I particularly focused on character development and character design for films, I didn't want to be a coder. I didn't want to be a game designer because I wasn't really a gamer, and I want to take a look at this user-friendly technology and just see what it can do, and apply some of my old school skills and see if we can have a little synthesis here. And I think that I can realistically make a feature-length film of A Scroll of Light and Darkness, and then I would probably, publish the clips of it on my YouTube page, and I would do promotions of it, and then as far as actually seeing the full feature-length film, I would probably have it on, I'm thinking about having it on Rockfin, Patreon, and Subscribestar. But, these are all ideas right now. I don't have any of these things set up yet. But A Scroll of Light and Darkness film has gotten to the point where it's a possibility just because this technology is available to everyone, and you can create feature-length films from your desktop. So if you've got the time and the effort and the drive to do it, then do it.
There once was a man from Nantucket whose dick was so long he could suck it. He said with a grin as he licked off his chin, "If my ear were a cunt, I would fuck it." There once was a man from Nantucket whose dick was so long he could suck it. He threw it in the grass, and it crawled up his ass, so he carried it home in a bucket. And that, pigfuckers and pigfuckerettes, are 2 stanzas of the greatest goddamn poem ever written. Ooga booga mamba wamba, ooga booga mamba wamba, oh booga booga, oh booga booga. My chode is feeling all scraggly and mangy. I feel I need to rub it up on something to get these disease particulates off. Yeah, damn it, that ain't no mange. That's a motherfucking badger hanging on for dear life. You see, the Jersey Devil ain't dancing in his moccasins. No, pigfucker. The Jersey Devil, he's straight up trying to buck that badger off his nutty chode. If mogwampjism can't be beat, what expensive substance do you think's gonna be extracted from that crotchy chody goings on? Fucking badger-induced Jersey Devil jism will take you right to the goddamn Clockwork Elves. Might meet Joe Rogan on the way. Some black magic apothecary motherfuckers call this elusive substance Mother of Giblets. Hey, yo, Holmes, I got what you need. I got them jibs, man. I got them mo-jibs. Thought I saw the Jersey Devil, hey, up the road and around the bend. Thought I saw the Jersey Devil dancing in his whacked-out moccasins. Thought I saw that free, fine, wild, knocked-out, cool Jersey Devil. Thought I saw him. Thought I saw him. Thought I saw the knocked-out, cool Jersey Devil. Jersey Devil, that devil is free. Now the Woody Herman band's gonna wail at you. Light 'em up. Light 'em up. In his free, fine, wild, knocked-out, cool motherfucking moccasins. Now, if you're surrounded by feckin' consonalsoids, I tell you what you do. You go and create a world where they don't exist, and you feckin' live there. You see, Sabbatean blood drinkers like Uncle Klaus and Gil Bates and Gino Soros, they didn't make it to see the Orthodox Kingdom of New Cottage. But I'll tell you what, the feckin' red carpet that was rolled out to introduce it was their epidermises. Or would that be epidermi? What's the plural of epidermis? I knew this doll face who used to dance at the club. His stage name was Candy, but we all called her Lava Nips. Anyways, she knew the plural form of every fakakta word. In fact, she was the one that told me about octopi. Octopus, octopi, pie, pussies, pie. Octopus and the octopi. What is it, the pusses or the pusses pie? Pie, pusses pie, octopus, octopi. Cthulhu Fatagan, octopussy pie. Cthulhu Fatagan, octopussy pie. Oh, booga booga. Ooga booga mamba wamba. Ooga booga mamba wamba. You gotta watch letting those magic words fly like that, especially when you just roll them off the dome automatically, because something nasty could come in and try speaking through your mouth. And I'm learning this the hard way because it looks like some kind of fucking portal is forming over there in the corner from me, letting the octopussy pie thing fly freely from my lips. So you gotta watch the fucking magical words that you say, because, you know, a tentacle or something could come out of that goddamn portal. Anyway, I gotta close it. Now, fortunately, I have a magical charm that can deal with whatever the fuck tries to come out that portal at me. If you are fortunate enough to procure from an apothecary the dreadlock cut from the gnarled chode of a badger-beleaguered Jersey devil, you take that gnarled up dreadlock and you wrap it around your fist like it's an iron knuckle or something, and you're gonna be punching something that comes out of that fucking portal like you've got Brillo pads on crack on your fists, and you just let those fuckers fly, because they're not gonna let up on you, I can tell you that. Homunculus, homunculi, homunculi, homunculus, homunculi, homunculi. Pigfucker. That was a little sampling of a few more quips from Lava Nips. Lava Nips, to give me a sip or to give me a dip, you gotta undo my zip. Hey! That was a little song we made up about the doll face in the day, or at least that's the one little song I'm going to share with you, because I wouldn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I wouldn't want to make anyone a victim. That's quite a commodity these days, as I've said before. Now, why is it I'm talking with a fake Mook accent, you might ask? Well, that's simple. I'm showing my solidarity with my good friends at the IAADL. Because, as I always say, if it smells like garlic, and their oleaginous secretions have their origins from the olive, I'm all in. All in all, I'd say this was a very classy and informative show, especially there at the end in retrospect. And I think all my homunculi friends at the IAADL agree. So until next time, pigfuckers and pigfuckerettes, go fuck yourself, go fuck yourself. I wanna come through the screen and eat your face off. Go fuck yourself, go fuck yourself. I wanna come through the screen and eat your face off along with the Mother of Giblets.